Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It is Wednesday, August 24th. And according to my calendar, Mark, it is the middle of my second week of vacation, which means I'm actually finally relaxed. How long does it take you to get relaxed when you go on vacation?
Vacations these days are usually not that relaxing. So, I need a vacation from the vacation.
You know what my sister used to say? This maybe is relevant to people who have children. Sometimes my sister would say she was going on a trip. It wasn't a vacation because it's a lot of organizing when you have kids. I understand. She and her husband got to go away later when the kids were older, and Aunt Jill got to watch the kids and do fun stuff with them and, spoil them rotten. Those were vacations because it really was like, oh, I have no responsibility. It felt good. So, Mark, there's something to look forward to. Aunt Jill could take care of Theo and boom, you'd be on vacation.
That's what I was just going to say. I look forward to Theo spending 7 to 10 days on the Upper West Side here soon.
A vacation. You're doing a staycation without your child is really what you're saying. You just want to sleep in. You don't even know how to sleep in, so forget about that. You just want to have no responsibility. That's the deal. But just think about it, Mark. I will have no one to take care of me when I get old and cranky, and you will have Theo.
You have your sister. What are you talking about?
She's older than I am. I mean, who's going to take care of me? I have some nieces and nephews. I better kiss up to them, right? All right, let's get on with it here. This is the program that talks about your childcare, your vacations. It is the summer. Come on. I want to have a little bit of fun. And we also answer your financial questions. You can pose that question to us by going to our website, jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you would be willing to come on the air. And then Mark does all of the hard work. That is what we did with Anne. She is on the line from the mid-Atlantic of the United States. Hello, Anne. Welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So tell me, what's on your mind? How can we help you out?
My parents are kind of getting up to a point in age where they need a little help. We probably need to do some estate planning. And I started looking at what my dad has for his various retirements, and it's kind of a mess.
We just got off the line, and when people will listen to this, it will have been yesterday's show when we talked to a woman who was trying to help her mother and only realized after her father died that some of the accounts were messed up. So now I'm very happy that we have your situation where we can actually do something proactively to help your parents out. So first, Anne, how old are your parents?
My mom is, she just told me, 74 this year, and my dad will be 78 at the end of the year.
Okay. And I presume they're both retired?
They are.
What kind of income do they have? Do they have Social Security right now?
Okay, so I tried to do as much homework as I could.
Uh-huh.
My mom's got Social Security coming in, and I know my dad does too, but I don't know how much he's got coming in.
Let me ask you this. Did he work his whole life, basically?
He did, yeah.
Tell me how much he made about at the end of his career.
I'm going to guess 90.
Okay. Yeah.
But I am not sure.
So what's mom's Social Security benefit?
She said she's getting about $1,900 a month.
And did she work during her life?
She did.
So, Mark, what do you want to put Dad's Social Security benefit at? What do you think? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. $2,500 is what I'm guessing. Did they claim Social Security? When did they actually retire, both of them?
My dad's been retired for 20 years. I know they both waited later to claim.
Okay, to claim. All right, that's fine. That's cool. Okay, so that's income from Social Security. Do either of them have pensions?
My mom has a pension, and she says it's about $2,400 a month.
Oh, that's good. So right now, where do they live? They live in a home, in an apartment? Where are they?
They live in a house, and they own it. They paid it off many, many years ago from an inheritance, I think.
What do you think it's worth?
About $393,000.
About $393,000? Let's say, I'm going to say $390,000. And there's no other debt that's floating around, right?
Correct. Not that I know of.
Good. Did Mom have a retirement plan in addition to her pension?
No.
Okay, but Dad did. So tell us about Dad's retirement plan.
It's kind of old school. It's, I guess, it's not really, it's not a 401k. This was way before that. Mm-hmm. From everything I've dug up, he's got a rollover IRA with Fidelity.
Okay, that's not so old school. That's the old 401k that he rolled over. How much is in that account?
Okay, about $213,000.
Keep going. So that's one. That's a rollover IRA, 213,000.
Right. Okay. Now he's got an annuity
Mm-hmm.
with an insurance company for 105,000.
Okay. And is that if you look at that annuity statement, does it look like it's an IRA? Does it say qualified annuity or does it say non-qualified annuity?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I don't know.
All right, don't worry. We'll figure that out later.
Okay. Non-qualified.
Non-qualified. Beautiful. Okay. All that means is it didn't come from proceeds of a retirement account. It came with his after-tax dollars. It's still a retirement account, but it just there's some different issues around it. What's the company that it's held with?
It's held with Bankers Life.
Okay. What else does he have?
He's got a couple of CDs. This was his description to me. I think I've got one or two. There's at least one. It's 5,000. There may be two. That'd be another 5,000. There's another CD. I'm not sure exactly where it is. That's at 45,000.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, I was pretty pleased to hear about that one.
Is that like their safe money, or do they keep some money in the bank?
I'm just going to call it safe money. That's
let's
how I'm
do that.
thinking of it.
There's no like savings checking that's anything meaningful?
Now that you're asking that, I believe there is just the regular checking account. And I think the last time I actually saw a statement, I think there was $20,000 in it, but I could be mistaken on that.
All right. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. How much money do you think they need to live on? For example, if we kind of gave them the truth serum, do you think they're living on the pension and the 2 Social Security checks, or do you think they're pulling money out of some other accounts?
No, I think just in general living, I think they're doing fine with the Social Security and mom's pension. I think they're fine.
Okay. Do they think there's any problem right now? I mean, how do they feel about you poking around in all this? When you getting your nose in our business for, girl?
Well, I think they're okay with it. Every time I ask my dad a question, he's like, well, I don't know. I don't know where this is. I think that this exists. This may or may not exist. I don't know. So we're I don't know if we're starting to head into medical problems.
You mean like cognitive problems? We'll say
Correct.
that nicely. Okay. So like, I don't know is a good, it's actually good. It's better than saying, keep your nose out of my business.
It
Then
is,
we can
yes.
actually take charge of this. Okay. Very good. So, they've got $6,800 a month in income or so. It gets taxed. They're doing okay. And is there any other asset that you know of that's floating around out there?
There are some stock options. Oh, I don't know if that's the right terminology or not, but he's got some stock when he was buying stock as an employee.
Okay, where is that?
That's a big I don't know.
Okay.
This was the roundhouse discussion was how many of them are there? What are they? Where are they?
Where are they? Right.
That's a big mystery.
Okay. Does he have a statement of like the last thing he received around that stuff, do you think?
I think he does. Paperwork's not his strong suit.
There's probably, it sounds like they're in fine shape, by the way. I just like so big picture. If you can live on your fixed income of Social Security and pension, the rest of it we'll find. We'll get it. Don't worry. It's going to require a little work on your part, I'm sorry to say. So the stock that he owns, was that the company where he worked?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, in one form or another. His company, he started out with a computer company back in the day. It got bought by another one. He retired from the other one. They started breaking it up. So
so he got little pieces of that. Okay. What's important about that is that's good news because usually the company will have some records. All we need you to do is find a statement, literally a statement, and then we can kind of track it down from there. I mean, unless he doesn't remember that he sold it and, put the money in CDs, which could happen. That wouldn't be the worst thing either. Because I don't know how much money you think is in there, but I don't know if it's meaningful in their bigger picture or not.
We think it's about 20,000. That was what he told me a couple days ago.
Stop bothering me.
Right, exactly. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But is he willing to, he's willing to have you help out in this endeavor, right?
Yeah, they're pretty much on board with, I have a sister too, with us helping to kind of get things straight so we know what's what. And if we need to move things around to make things simpler, but still have them feel like they're in control of it.
Okay. All right. Well, this is good. And right now, because your dad and your mom, I mean, your mom doesn't have any retirement account, but your dad has to take distributions from his Fidelity rollover account. That's happening. Do you know how that rollover is invested?
It looks like a whole bunch of index funds, to be honest.
Okay. That's not bad. That's fine. And the annuity, the Bankers Life annuity, do you have a statement for that or not?
I do.
Because that was okay. When you look at that statement, the non-qualified annuity, what does it look like it's invested in? There's something usually called like a sub account. It almost should look like a mutual fund. What does that look like?
The only thing I can see is a Standard and Poor, an S&P 500 beginning index reading, index average participation rate.
Yep.
I don't.
And that's the only fund that's there?
That's all I see. I see the value of the annuity.
Yep.
Annuity detail, which just numbers.
Yep.
And then the Standard and Poor listing at the bottom.
So it is possible your father has invested 100% of his annuity in a stock index fund, which is pretty risky. I mean, for 78. I mean, he may not be drawing on it right now, so it doesn't matter. But here's what I think you should do. You're not so into this. I think it may be worth your while to talk to an investment advisor of some sort to help sort some of this out. And the reason I think that is like unless is your sister comfortable managing money? What's her temperature on that?
She's pretty good at saving. In terms of managing, I've probably got more skill.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad for you guys to have somebody to just kind of hold your hand and walk you through, like, let's uncover what we have, what we don't have, and let's try to figure out kind of like a good game plan for them. And in fact, Mark, I'm thinking that maybe we just have her talk to Brent because he's in the neighborhood here. At least he was. And maybe we can get you some help with a guy who's from the Mid-Atlantic. He lives in Florida now, but whatever. His whole life is there. And he knows, I feel like his parents are your parents, basically. So I think he would be a good match in terms of like what your needs are. And if not, we can find you someone else for sure. But I think that would be helpful because there's a few things going on. We just want a game plan so that they don't blow through all this money and you don't feel responsible for letting that happen.
Yes, that would be great. Yes.
All right. That sounds good to me. And do they have estate planning documents? They don't need a lot. I mean, all they really need is like, I leave you everything, honey. You leave me everything. We die together and our other daughter get the money.
Yeah, I know they've got a will. I believe there's, I think we did a power of attorney a while ago, but I can double check that.
That's good.
And
that's great.
I think there's a medical directive too. I'm pretty sure there is. There have been a couple of health things lately. So
honest to God, if you have that, you're probably in good shape. The other thing that's really good for you guys is, frankly, you have your parents who are actually willing to go there. And that's usually the biggest hurdle. The fact that they're willing to be like, yeah, check it out. That's incredibly important and very helpful given the situation. Nothing bad's going to happen. They got money. They got plenty of money. We just want to make sure that it's managed correctly for their situation. I think you guys are, and are you and your sister in good financial situations yourselves?
I think I'm in pretty good shape. I've got a 401k. I've got a couple of things with Vanguard. I've got a pretty plush emergency cash fund.
Mm-hmm. And your sis?
I know she has got a 401k. She's made a concerted effort in the last 5 or 6 years to really get rid of debt and start saving. So I don't have a real good pulse of hers, but I know that she is working on it.
All right. And you like her and you guys get along, right?
We do all right. Yeah.
Let's get Anne a couple of names. You're such a good daughter for doing this and an excellent time when your parents are willing to get help and you're there to help them out. And we just kind of get them on a sort of like an autopilot more than anything else. I think that's the most important thing for them. So they don't have to worry about what's where and you have it all. It's done and you guys don't have to worry about it and they don't have to worry about it, which is nice, right?
Yeah, that would be perfect. Autopilot is their speed. They would love that.
I like autopilot myself. Set it and forget it. Exactly. Anything else that we can do for you, Anne?
I did talk to a friend about some of this going on, and they had recently lost their parents and had to deal with the estate and all that mess. And my sister and I would like to keep the house if we could. So I understand that we might need to we might need to buy the house from them earlier than
Why?
we thought. So the story was this friend's parents ended up having to go into
Assisted living, and they spent all their assets down. Don't worry about it now. You don't have to do that now.
Okay, that's great. That's
Not
great.
a problem now. Your parents have money. If one of them needed care, they still have income. I don't think you need to do this right now.
Oh, that's
When you know,
wow,
and,
that's a
if,
relief.
and if things change, then especially when two parents are alive, you definitely don't need to do it because one person has to stay in the house,
You're right.
right? Because we don't want to be like, oh, dad has to go to a home. Mom, good luck. Bye.
Get out.
We're selling
right.
the house. No. Unless, are you guys partnered, both of you guys?
No, both of us are single, actually. So there's no.
I mean, look, there is a possibility that, like, if you wanted to, you could both buy that house, split it, all move in together, save money, blah, blah, blah. But I still even think that's premature right now because your parents are okay. They can take care of themselves, right? They're in their 70s. Everything's good, right?
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. There was a health scare last year. There was a minor stroke. It was very minor, but it was a wake up call. It's a reality check, and so we're just trying to kind of
That's smart.
get an update.
I don't think you need to. Mark, am I wrong? I don't think they should, listen, if for some reason, it was a critical situation, you buy the house from them and it's very easy to do it. A lawyer can help you out. I don't think you need to do that now. Look, if it's 2.5, 3 years from now, things have changed. Interest rates have now gone back down, and maybe this makes more sense. One of you has a partner, one doesn't, or whatever. And you kind of feel like, yeah, let's do this. Fine. I don't think you need to do that now, but I understand the thought process. So I think that's good. You're very good. You're thinking ahead. You got your advisor hat on. Well done to you, Anne.
Thank you. We're notorious about dragging our feet, so we wanted to get ahead of this one.
Well, you're doing just fine. So we'll get you a couple names and we'll try to help you out. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So this is like the week of taking care of our parents. This is, the Parent Trap week. Oh, Mark, I'm really dating myself. The original Parent Trap, not the redo. If you've got parental issues, or if you're worried about your adult children, if you're worried about any family member or just yourself, go to our website, JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button. Let us know if you'd want to come on the air with us. Mark will do everything else. Now, while you're on the website, we've got all sorts of stuff. We've got another podcast. We've got a blog. We've got a radio show. We've got TV appearances. All that is there. And the books, the old book and the new book, plus the resources section. So much there. So great. Put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. It will make that person feel good. It will make you feel good. We promise. Grit, growth, grace. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.